2 days out from the New South Wales election, the polls are still predicting that swings will reduce Labor to a rump. But one trend appears to have gone unnoticed: the swelling number of Asian-born voters now poised to vote Liberal for the first time. Some analysts say it's a trend that may go well beyond New South Wales politics. Deborah Cornwall reports.
I hope you're successful.
Can I borrow your sword?
Yeah, of
course.
With the polls so far in front, Barry O'Farrell is going where no New South Wales Liberal leader has gone before, chasing down the Asian vote right into the heart of some of Labor's safest seats, like Sydney's Cabramatta, where 1 in 3 voters are Asian-born.
And I vote for you.
So where do they come from?
Sydney, local. You want my vote or not?
They like him because I think he's very easy to approach. And of course he's sort of stout and people like that. He look prosperous.
Oh,
Hello. The Chinese don't like skinny people because they think like Brutus, you know.
Too often in its history, the Liberal Party's got locked into the North Shore, white Anglo-Saxon North Shore Australia, Sydney. And nowadays, what they're discovering at the moment is they've got to get out of that base to get into the areas which Labor has had a lock on for too long.
It would take an extraordinary 29% swing against Cabramatta's Labor member Nick Lulich to lose this seat.
Number 1 for Nick Lulich.
In last year's federal election, the area recorded a 14% swing to the Liberal Party, one of the biggest in the country. And the state's Liberal candidate for Cabramatta, Vietnamese-born refugee Dai Ly, has clearly hit a nerve. Mr Lulich was outflanked and clearly agitated as he faced off his opponent at a pre-polling booth last week.
They're not supposed to touch the ballot paper.
Letting fly with claims Dai Ly's scrutineers had been tampering with the ballot papers.
You're not allowed to go in there.
A criminal
You're not allowed
offence.
to go in there.
We'll be
You're very
reporting
under
it to the
stress.
Commissioner.
I can understand that. You're very under stress.
I'm not
It's
just
okay.
as much as stress as you are.
No, I'm not.
No, aren't you? Oh, no, you're not under stress. Good. But when your people are doing criminal activity, that's a different thing, Di.
Oh, Nick.
Nick, you're so clean.
Oh, cleaner than your people, Di, I can tell you that.
My people,
yeah.
is it?
Yeah,
As in, all these are my
workers,
people.
They're workers. You're workers.
That Mr Lulich, himself a refugee, should be reduced to such an outburst is a measure of just how dire the situation has become for New South Wales Labor.
The saying is that if you can put a donkey here, people will vote for them. That's how safe this seat was to Labor. They treat Asian people, if you can put it that way, as some kind of second-class citizens. And they might like to just focus on study and business, but they are astute, about it. They do read, they do keep themselves informed, but we just don't see it.
Candidates like Dai Ly are part of a major push by Barry O'Farrell to woo back a community that's been deeply alienated from the Liberal Party. First with John Howard's call to reduce Asian immigration back in the 1980s, then Pauline Hanson's One Nation.
I believe we are in danger of being swamped by Asians. They have their own culture and religion, form ghettos and do not assimilate.
For a long time it's been assumed that most migrant groups, especially Asian groups, have tended to vote for the Labor Party. But many people who've come from China, who've come from Vietnam, don't have a natural affinity with the left of politics. The reason it's happened in Australia is because in the 1980s and the 1990s, the Liberal Party mucked up migration politics.
With 1 in every 10 Sydney voters born in Asia, this is a group with tremendous clout, especially in seats where there are highly concentrated Asian communities which have effectively locked out the Liberal Party until now.
We are so eager to hear what you can bring for us.
And it's those same middle-class Labor strongholds across the city that are now up for grabs.
Very like you say, 150,000 can't buy anything this day. But what happens if we really need a little bit more than 5 million? Okay, we need a little bit. Oh, yes, please.
Deborah Cornwall with that report.